You're watching Good Morning Washington on News Channel 8.
We live in a technology-driven world with everyone constantly on their mobile devices. But that constant texting, emailing, and gaming can literally become a pain in the neck. Coming up next, we have got tips on how to prevent that problem. Stay with us.
Mobile devices can become a real pain in the neck, and we're really serious here about this, not just in the ways you think. Dr. Brian Parrish joins us now to explain the text neck epidemic. We've been talking about this for a while, so it's great to have you in this morning again.
Thank you.
What is text neck exactly?
Well, I don't think it's a designed medical condition. It's more of a whole paradigm. I'm seeing it as an epidemic. You look at these kids, and they're starting on their phones and their iPads at 2, 3, 4 years old, and they're stuck in these bad, depressing type postures. So I actually brought an example because I want to show you what it feels like and what it's doing to the body to keep your head in these forward flexed posture positions. So if you had a contest, right, and you had to hold this bowling ball as long as you can, I'm going to give you a couple options. So audience, don't do this at home. Okay. All right. So I want you to try and...
I'll do it.
Yes. We're going to put you to the
Workman's
test.
comp. Yeah, there you go.
So you're going to hold it here, and then you're going to hold it here. Okay. So I want you to hold it in really close. So this is just like the human head. It's about 6 to 8 pounds. So that's usually what the head weighs. If you have more brains, a little bit more. So
there you go.
So if I offered you or challenged you to hold this ball as long as you could either hold it this way, or I want you to hold it out here. Okay. All right. So how long do you think you're going to last holding it out this way?
Well, this certainly, yeah, there's no question.
Right. Now pretend you're texting now too. Right. So the further you go forward, the more pressure and stress puts on the body, puts on the neck, on the thoracic spine, starts to break down that posture. So I'll take that ball back.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what can happen is, when you look at these flex postures, they're promoting the bad hormones, right? So good, strong posture is what's going to promote these winning type postures, these feel-good postures. So I do have some tips if I can show you, and
we'd love that. Yeah, I was going to say, what are some tips of things to look out for, not just for young people, obviously, but I think for parents or older people to say, hey, listen, I see you doing this. Be careful about that.
Right. Now, from youth to elderly, everyone's on the computer or the phones all the time in these postures. So the key is, one, I wouldn't do it for longer than 10 minutes. Get off the phone and then get into this posture. So I'm going to stand up here. If we can work through this position. Audience, you can work with me at home. So the first thing is, I want you to grip the floor with your feet. So your toes, I want you to try and grab that, right? Now, as if you're going to twist your feet out, but don't move them. So I want you to turn that, and that tightens your butt up. Right, so you feel that. So that grounds you. Now squeeze your butt a little bit more.
Yeah.
So next, pull your belly button into your spine. Hands down, stand up tall. Good. And in yoga, they call this a mountain pose. All right, so pretend you're holding a tennis ball in between your chin and your chest. Hold that nice and strong. Good. So after every 10 minutes, you can relax now. Good.
But I feel that all the way through, from here all the way down.
Back of the skull all the way down to your heels. So after you're down into this bad posture, you can get into a good, winning, strong, emotional posture. Right here, and even before you get on air, it's a good thing to do.
Absolutely. Well, you should see I'm always doing weird stretching and calisthenics because it's a 5.5-hour show. We're on air forever. But you know what? How often should you try to do this? I mean, once an hour, or just to kind of break up?
I would do it more than once an hour.
Really?
Because it takes 5 seconds, 10 seconds. You hold this for a 10-second pose. Remember to breathe through your belly. But if you do it 5, 6 times within an hour, you're gonna counteract all these flexed postures that we're in from texting and computing and things like that.
So. Now tell me this: can we sit down again?
Sure.
Okay, great. So because I'm old, I didn't know you showed me something else. So I've got 30 seconds left. Is there? Do you have a website where you have more tips like this, or how can people find out more information?
AdvancedWellnessSystems.com. Is a great way to find us. We have offices in Rockville, and really, our job is to educate the community and be a resource, because this stuff, you haven't seen children with neck pain. Been doing this stuff for 10, 15 years, and now more kids are going to the hospital with acute neck pain, and this is not something caused by any external conditions. It's caused by what we're doing. And I think the greatest impact is that you've got a lot of depression, a lot of kids who can't make eye contact anymore because they're stuck on their iPads and on their phones.
And don't know can't get up from this. So,
and you can look at the musculoskeletal aspects, right? It does hurt your neck. It can injure the spine. But I like to look at it as a daily perspective of how do you get yourself into a better emotional state constantly by changing your posture, getting back into that mountain pose, and staying healthy.
I'm doing it, and my kids do it too.
Awesome.
Brian, good to see you. Dr. Brian Parrish, thanks again.
Yes.
Great to see you.
All right.
Great information.
Thank you.